In this video, we'll run through an analysis on the property that's behind me. It's a duplex that's on the market here in San Diego, and we're trying to figure out if we want to buy it and then add units onto the back of the property, or if we're going to take a pass. Either way, it's a good example of the type of projects that we go after, and it gives you the opportunity to provide feedback on the types of things we're doing. Let's start the analysis with what we can find online before we even leave the office. We start here with the listing that's on Redfin. It's a $700,000 listed duplex. It's 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, so each side is a 2-1 that's a little over 500 square feet. Go to the pictures, and all of the pictures are of the exterior only. We can see that it's in decent shape. They've done turf, the roof looks okay. All of the windows look like they've been recently replaced, but there's some clutter throughout the property and there are no pictures of the inside, and that definitely raises a red flag on what the interior is going to look like. We switch over to the map here, and we're in the zip code of 92113, which is the southeast San Diego in the South Crest neighborhood. The next thing we look at is the zoning map. Our project is here on National Avenue, and it's in an RM 2-5 zone. What that means is that you can have up to 5 units on this parcel of land. And we could do a little more homework by looking at Scout Red. We see that it's in an opportunity zone, which is a tax incentive program. It's in a transit priority area. It's part of Complete Communities. It's also in a promise zone. And then the lot itself is a little over 7,100 square feet. So it's got a lot of things going in here that we really do like. And here's the overhead of the project. Again, it looks like the roofs are in decent condition. It's a pretty big lot. It's on this alley. And then National Avenue is a pretty busy street, which is why I got the RM 2-5 zoning. But another component that we like about this project is that we just completed and sold a project here on Newton Avenue. So we know the area pretty well. We made a nice profit on that one. I gave an overview of that whole project in this other YouTube video, which is linked below. In addition to the RM 2-5 zoning, we also like the Complete Communities, the transit priority area, opportunity zones, and promise zones. All of those are developer incentives that will either allow us to add more units to the property or save money on taxes if we decide to hold for the long term. Let's run through the big picture plan and then our numbers for this one. So what we would do is tear down the back house and leave the existing front house on the project. Then we would build 3 stories in the back. The first story would be for parking, and the second 2 would be a combination of 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. I think we could do about 3 stories in the back, 8,000 total square feet of living space with a garage spot all along the first floor. So we take the duplex and turn it into a total of about 19 or 20 units, depending on what they'd let us have. With that in mind, I see us getting 10 one-bedroom units, renting out at about $1,500 a month. We could do another 8 2-bedroom units for $2,500 a month, and then the front house would rent for about $2,000 a month. All in total, we'd have $37,000 a month coming in gross scheduled rent for an annual amount of $444,000. If you use an expense ratio of about 38%, so the NOI when we're all done with this project should be $275,000 a year. In commercial real estate, if we know the net operating income and the cap rates, we should be able to come up with a really close estimation on the value when we're all done with the project. We have an estimate of $275,000 for the NOI, and then we know the market cap rate in the 92113 zip code is going to be between 5 and 5.5%. So I'll use both of those numbers to come up with the valuation, and I'll give us a buffer. So what we do is we divide the NOI, the net operating income, the $275,000 by both 0.05 and 0.055 to give us that range. And what we come up with when we do that is a valuation of between $5 and $5.5 million on this project when we're all done with construction and it's been stabilized. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers on the project. We're gonna buy the original duplex for $700,000. Then we're gonna tear down the back house and build up another 8,000 square feet of living space. The construction costs are going to run around $3 million. We've got another $200,000 for the architectural plans and all of our holding costs, and then say an extra $100,000 in just general buffer. We're all into it for about $4 million, but then as I just said, our valuation should come back somewhere in the 5 to 5.5 million. So at the end of the project, we expect to walk away with somewhere around $1 million in profit. So I don't know if we're going to go after this one or not. It's got some things we really like about it, and it's also got some flaws. What do you think? Either way, it's a good example of the types of projects that we like to do. If you like what we're doing and you want to get involved, either hit us up in the comments down below, or better yet, visit our website and sign up for our email letter. That way you can see each time we have new projects hitting the market. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.